If you are involved in the domain of network and security, chances are you are already familiar with the term SASE, which is known as Secure Access Service Edge. It has become a hot topic in the industry, represents a fundamental shift in how we approaching securing and managing networks in today's digital landscape. SASE brings together networking and security functions into a unified cloud native architecture, offering organizations a more agile and comprehensive way to protect their data and enable secure access for user regardless of their location or device. So if you are navigating the complexity of the modern network infrastructure, understanding SASE is essential for staying ahead of the curve. The question comes, why should you know about SASE? Well, as an organization adopting cloud-based application in the services, traditional network architecture are becoming less effective at providing secure and efficient access. SASE offers a more streamlined and holistic approach to network security, which is crucial in today's threat landscape where cyber attacks are becoming more sophisticated. Understanding SASE can help business optimize their network architecture, improve security posture, and enable remote workforce to access resources securely from anywhere. This image here on the slide talks the whole story behind the SASE. So the fundamental architecture is a combination of SD-WAN, and these are your SD-WAN vendors. And then you include your zero trust network access and adopt cloud offering, and the combination of all these three products becomes SASE. SD-WAN, software defined wide area networking, and JET-TNA are the key component for SASE architecture, but they're not SASE by themselves. Let's zoom into the different component of SASE. And the first component is going to be the SD-WAN, which is known as software defined wide area network. And this SD-WAN technology basically simplifies the management and operation of your wide area network WAN by separating the networking hardware from its control mechanism. It allows organizations to dynamically route traffic across different network connections such as MPLS, broadband, internet, cellular network based on the application requirement, network conditions, cost consideration, etc. So SD-WAN enhance network agility, reduces your cost and improve application performance. And this list, what you see is the top 15 SD-WAN vendors available in the market. If you want to know more about SD-WAN functionality, there is a series which is posted on this channel. You can go through where I talked about Cisco Viptela. The second component is Zero Trust Network Access JTNA. And JTNA is a kind of the framework which is based on the principle of never trust, always verify, unlike traditional perimeter-based security model that assume trust within the network and distrust outside it. JTNA assumes zero trust regardless of whether the user is inside or outside of the corporate network perimeter. JTNA verifies the identity and trustworthiness of users and devices before granting access to application and resources using techniques such as identity-based access control, microsegmentation, and encryption. And the final, I will not call it as a component, but it is going to be a comprehensive security and the networking architecture that basically combines SD-WAN capabilities with secure functions such as JTNA, firewall as a service, secure web gateway, cloud access security broker, and more. And that makes the whole SASE product. SASE converges network and security services into a unified cloud native platform delivers as a service. By integrating SD-WAN and JTNA along with other security and the network functions, SASE provides secure, scalable, and flexible access to application and resources from anywhere on any device. Over the past 3 decades, organizations have invested heavily in constructing and fine tuning expensive network spanning wide areas. These networks, often structured in hub and spoke fashion, have been crucial for linking branches and manufacturing facility to centralized data center applications. Security within these networks has traditional relied on a layered approach with a series of security appliances and firewalls forming what is commonly referred as castle and moat architecture. The name stems from the concept of creating a protective perimeter, the moat, around the central data center, the castle. Essential, this setup allow only authorized internal users access while keeping external threat at bay. This network and security framework served its purpose effectively in an era where application primarily resides within the confines of the data center and employees conducted their work from office environment. In network security, a moat acts like a castle's defensive barrier, forming a virtual perimeter around the network. It incorporates firewalls, IDS, IPS, and access control to deter unauthorized access. Similar to a castle mods, it isolates internal resources from the external threats. Additionally, like a drawbridge, secure gateway or VPNs can provide controlled access across the mod, allowing authorized users to traverse the network perimeter securely. I'm sure you must have used some sort of the VPN during your work, and there are some challenges always setting up this kind of the infrastructure. In the past, you might have used the Cisco concentrator or some sort of the Cisco firewall or any other vendor to terminate your IPsec VPN tunnel for the remote access. The challenges comes, and the first challenge is going to be the complexity. Setting up and managing traditional VPNs can be complex, especially for non-technical users. Configuring firewalls, managing access control, and troubleshooting connectivity issue requires some specialized knowledge. The second challenge which you will see is scalability. Traditional VPNs may struggle to accommodate large number of remote users or devices. As the number of users increases, VPN gateways may become overloaded, leading to the performance issue and decreased user experience. And in reality, what you have seen, if you go for any sort of the firewall and look at the specification, you always see the number of users supported by this device. If it is going to cross or you're going to cross that particular limit, you might need to upgrade these boxes, or you might, or if you reach to the maximum supported hardware capacity, then you might need to turn on these firewalls or equipment to some other data center or other locations. Managing and maintaining traditional VPN infrastructure requires ongoing efforts and resources. This also includes applying patches and update, monitoring the security threats, and ensuring compliance with the regulatory requirements. Top of that, cost. Deploying and maintaining traditional VPNs can be expensive affair, especially for the organizations with a large number of remote users or offices. Costs can include hardware, software licenses, and ongoing operational expenses. The old traditional network and security architecture designs are no longer valid, and the reason behind in the modern landscape, workplaces are scattered and applications are no longer confined to the central data centers. Many applications now reside in a dynamic, globally distributed public clouds. So organizations are typically connecting multiple public clouds and to access various applications, at least as per the study done, they are connecting to 5 different SaaS providers. So if you have these kind of the infrastructure, that basically has given a rise to a hybrid environment where accessing applications securely from home no longer requires a route through the data centers. So for earlier, you might have seen if I'm the user, I will be connecting to some sort of the firewalls or VPN concentrator residing in these data centers. And here is going to be the security architecture where you have might have the firewall, secure gateway, and then after validating all these things, your traffic goes out from the local breakout, which is in data center. If you continue to follow this, you will be seeing a lot of challenges with the performance of the application. So the solution is to facilitate swift and efficient collaboration. Application traffic should take the most direct route without compromising security, posture, and the policy of the organization. So in this diagram, you can see you have internet everywhere. Even these branches have the local breakout. So what should happen as per the company policies? It is going to define whether you are going to connect that application directly with the local breakout or you are going to connect through the data center. So three things you can observe: your applications moved outside of the data center, and as far as network transformation is concerned, your traffic should go directly to these applications. Users are working from anywhere, from any device to connect to these services. We had discussed if you are going to do everything in the house, the kind of challenges you are going to see while maintaining network and security posture across your organizations. With SASE, organizations can move their security functions to the cloud and rely on the SASE providers to deliver those security services. This approach allow for greater flexibility, scalability, and efficiency in managing security, as well as enabling secure access to the resources regardless of the user location. With SASE, your integration with the SD-WAN that comes handy. You're going to outsource your secure web gateway services, and you get the CASB and the firewall as a service, and definitely the JTNA is there. We are going to expand all these functions one by one in upcoming episodes. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next section.